The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,171,664. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 19,368. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 6,493, with total confirmed deaths at 158. We anticipate the Torrance numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, February 18th. Just a few short hours ago, NASA's Mars 2020 Perseverance rover landed safely, something the U.S. has not attempted since 2012.
Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
The landing was streamed on NASA's website, as you could see the excitement and hear the cheers of engineers from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory located in Pasadena. JPL is also where the mission is managed. Perseverance is NASA's most ambitious Mars rover mission, traveling 293 million miles over the course of 7 months. Now, because Mars is so far away, it takes about 11 minutes for signals to reach the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which means by the time engineers got the message from the spacecraft, Perseverance had already landed. Perseverance confirmed its safe arrival with a signal relayed to the Earth via the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and also sent its first photos from its perch on the surface. NASA launched the Perseverance rover from Cape Canaveral on July 30th of last year and is said to be the most capable of the 5 U.S. rovers sent to Mars. Perseverance is considered NASA's robotic astrobiologist. With its 6-wheel SUV-sized vehicle, it's designed to dig up rock and soil to bring back to Earth to look for signs of life. It's equipped with 16 engineering and science cameras to support safe navigation. It has a 7-foot arm attached to the front that includes a powerful drill to pull core samples from rocks. It'll then be sealed and stored in tubes inside the rover's main body for more analysis later. Now, before the landing, the Perseverance had to endure what they called 7 minutes of terror, where during the final minutes before it lands on Mars, the mission's Sky Crane descent stage fired up 8 retro rockets. Then the Sky Crane lowered the rover safely to the ground on 3 nylon cables. Once the rover touched down, it cut the cables connected to the descent stage, which then flew off and crash-landed safely away from the Perseverance. Now, along for the ride was the Ingenuity, a 4-pound drone that is expected to host the first ever flight on another planet. California Governor Gavin Newsom, along with legislative leaders, announced a new spending deal aimed at helping some of those hit hardest by the pandemic. The new relief package comes at the tune of about $9.6 billion, which includes $600 stimulus checks for low-income earners, $100 million in and for qualifying community college students, along with $2 billion in grants for small businesses. Lawmakers could quickly take up the measure as they plan to vote on it as early as Monday, February 22nd. Data showed that about 5.7 million people who earn less than $30,000 per year would get the one-time payment of $600. Immigrants and those who don't have a Social Security number but have individual tax identification numbers and earn an income of less than $75,000 and were ineligible for recent federal payments would also get the $600, then boosted to $1,200 if they also qualify for the California Earned Income Tax Credit. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits rose last week to 861,000. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, new applications rose 13,000 from the previous week. Now, before the pandemic erupted nearly a year ago, weekly applications for unemployment benefits had never rose above 700,000, even during the Great Recession of 2008-2009. Today's report showed that a total of 18.3 million people are receiving unemployment aid as of January 30th, which is down from 19.7 million the previous week. About 3/4 of those recipients are receiving checks from federal programs, including 2 extended benefit programs that provide financial and aid beyond the 26 weeks given by most states. President Joe Biden is proposing to extend both programs through August as part of his $1.9 trillion package now before Congress. A new effort is underway to help boost testing for COVID-19 in underserved black communities, with local churches playing an important role. Faith-based nonprofit Tabernacle Community Development Corporation, along with the Los Angeles County Health Services, are teaming up for a program to provide free COVID-19 testing at 35 black churches across the state. One of the drive-through testing sites will include the First AMC Church of Los Angeles, the oldest church founded by African Americans in LA, one of 8 churches included in the county. New data shows residents among predominantly black and Latino communities continue to be disproportionately impacted by the virus. Testing will be free, does not require an appointment, and will be available to anyone regardless of health insurance status. The goal of the program is to test 150 residents daily at each church testing site through June 30th. Well, here's an inspiring story. A Seattle woman made the headlines recently for walking nearly 6 miles in a foot of snow to get her first COVID-19 vaccine. Now, walking 6 miles to get it would be a pretty long walk for anyone, but the woman, Fran Goldman, is 90 years old. She's been interviewed by multiple media outlets since her story surfaced and is inspiring many who hear her story. She said she had a tough time getting an appointment at first. She tried every morning, afternoon, and evening, but got nowhere. Then last Friday, Goldman got online with Seattle Children's Hospital, which was administering vaccine, and after going through all of the questions online, she was finally about to make an appointment for Sunday morning. Goldman, who got a new hip last year, decided to walk the route on Saturday to make sure she could make the trek on Sunday. She turned around about 2/3 of the way and said she was confident she could walk the trip the next morning. Then the next morning, she layered up for the cold weather and carefully walked through snow-filled streets, 3 miles to be exact, to the hospital, and then 3 miles back home. Goldman says she did it knowing she was one step closer to holding her grandson, who was only 2 years old. Wow, what an incredible story. The travel industry continues to feel the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, especially the cruising sector. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings Ltd., the parent company to Norwegian, Oceania Cruises, and Regent Seven Seas Cruises, have canceled sailing until at least June. Company officials say they've extended their voluntary suspension of global cruise voyages across their 3 brands as they continue to work through their return to service plan to meet the requirements of the framework for conditional sailing order issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Other companies like Carnival Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean have also announced they would be docked at least until May. Now, guests who are currently booked on canceled trips are asked to contact their travel advisor or the cruise line for more information. A new study published in the journal Skeletal Radiology is confirming the severity and long-term impact of COVID-19 related to muscle and joint pain. Northwestern medicine Dr. Swati Deshmukh co-authored the study and explains why some patients are experiencing lingering symptoms. The study found that many who suffered from COVID-19 continue to suffer from muscle soreness and achy joints, with some patients experiencing even more severe, long-lasting symptoms such as rheumatoid arthritis flares, autoimmune myositis, or peroneal-like lesions on the toes, also known as COVID toes. Lead researcher Deshmukh said, "We've realized that the COVID virus can trigger the body to attack itself in different ways, which may lead to rheumatological issues that require lifelong management." Researchers studied Northwestern Memorial Hospital patient data between May and December of last year, revealing how image like an MRI can lead to better treatment. It can reveal edema and inflammatory changes of the tissues, such as fluid and swelling and hematomas. This imaging is helping to reveal why some patients are experiencing those symptoms so long after getting COVID and are able to direct patients to the right doctors for proper treatment. Federal authorities have confiscated roughly 10 million fake 3M brand of N95 masks. This is the result of an ongoing investigation into counterfeits sold in at least 5 states to hospitals, medical facilities, and government agencies. The foreign-made knockoffs are becoming increasingly difficult to spot and could put healthcare workers at risk for getting the coronavirus. Officials encourage medical workers and companies to go to 3M's website for tips on how to spot a fake mask, as they are not tested to meet strict N95 standards and could put frontline workers at risk if used while treating patients with COVID-19. 3M, which is based in Maplewood, Minnesota, is among the largest global producers of the N95 mask, which was approved by the U.S. National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health and is considered the gold standard in protection against the virus. The company delivered 2 billion N95 masks in 2020 as the pandemic was at its height. The company warned medical facilities and anyone looking to purchase large quantities of masks to check for faulty trademarks and packaging. Now, during the investigation, Homeland Security Investigations has used its 7,000 agents along with border officials, the Food and Drug Administration, and the FBI to investigate scams, seizing 33 million in phony products and arresting more than 200 people. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce is inviting the business community to meet online for this year's virtual State of the Region address, taking place tomorrow beginning at 8:30 a.m. Featured speakers, Congresswoman Maxine Waters and the 43rd District of the 43rd District and Congressman Ted Lieu from the 33rd District will discuss business impacts of the coronavirus pandemic at the federal level. Be sure to register online to attend tomorrow's Zoom meeting. Go to torrancechamber.com. Then the Torrance Chamber is also teaming up with the City of Torrance to offer local businesses free personal protective equipment. BPE Unite is a public and private partnership, and they're coming to the South Bay this Saturday, February 20th, to the Lamo Fashion Center near Sears. Free face masks, face shields, and hand sanitizer will be available to small businesses across Los Angeles County. Now, to participate, you must sign up ahead, as there are allotted time slots for people to drive up and receive their PPEs. Go to ppeunite.org to sign up. Well, the City of Torrance was approved for funding to help those struggling to make rent due to job loss and other hardships during the pandemic. Applications for the COVID Emergency Rental Assistance Grants will be open beginning Monday, February 22nd. Eligible individuals and families include those living within the city limits who have been economically impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Grants of up to $3,000 are made to landlords on behalf of the income-eligible resident in order for them to remain in their homes. It may also help to reduce rental payments. Eligibility will be determined by a pre-application process, and then recipients will be selected by lottery. Renters who receive Section 8 housing, choice, or Veterans Affairs supportive housing vouchers are not able to participate in this program. Applications close on March 2nd, with funds dispersed in April. To learn more, go to torranceca.gov/COVID rental assistance. Well, the City of Torrance launched a citywide wayfinding and signage plan to help improve and upgrade existing navigation and directional signage throughout the city. And they're looking for the community's input on ways to make it easier for people walking, biking, driving, or taking transit to find their way to get where they need to go. An interactive map has been created where the community can share about the destinations and routes that are important to them. The wayfinding and signage plan can be found online. Go to torranceca.gov/wayfinding. There, it asks questions about you and the City of Torrance, whether you live, work, or visit the city often, how you get around, whether it's by walking, biking, taking a bus, or by driving. Then on the interactive map, it asks users to use the drawing button on the map to share where they go. Simply tap one of the buttons, draw on the map, and then answer the questions that appear. For instance, if you visit Costco in Torrance, click on Shopping or Errands. Then go to the map and click on the area where Costco is located, which is on Lomita Boulevard. Then it'll ask you, what is the name of the place? How do you typically get there? How often do you visit? And then submit. It's that simple. There are 5 buttons, which include shopping or errands, work or school, fun or recreation, bus or shuttle stop, and something else. You can also see what others have shared. This can be done with the whole family. The fun, interactive map is a great way to share with city staff what's important to you in the Torrance community. Go to torranceca.gov/wayfinding. Well, as we head into the weekend, be sure to tune in to Weekends in Torrance. New episodes air at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Since the pandemic, the sales of bicycles have skyrocketed as more people look to spend time outdoors, whether for a leisurely ride or to burn some calories. On this episode, check out Dropout Cyclery, where you can meet the owner of this new boutique shop in downtown Torrance and find out what motivated him to venture into this new business. Then on Saturday, learn more about the city's longest tenured city manager, Leroy Jackson, and his lifelong contributions to the city of Torrance as he embarks on his much-deserved retirement. Then, as youth sports begins to return slowly as more sectors begin to lift restriction, you'll want to see what all the hype is about at Hitter's House. These stories and much more, be sure to tune in this weekend at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Verizon Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website as well as on YouTube. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Torrance Bakery is saying thank you to longtime customer and supporter Chuck, who on occasion has been known to treat the entire staff to pizza. Now, the entire staff is no small number. It includes nearly 100 employees, and everyone sure does appreciate the love. Well, Chuck and his friend Mike went above and beyond recently by not only delivering pizza for lunch, but also handing out envelopes to each and every employee, and each envelope included a cash gift. They said they decided to take their stimulus check they recently received and donate it to a business they felt connected to. Owner of the Torrance Bakery, Kirk Rossberg, called it the ultimate pay-it-forward action that is not only inspiring but so appreciated during these unusual times. We love sharing about these random acts of kindness found here in Torrance. What a great way to show support for one another, big and small, in times of need. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you right back here on Monday as Leslie Robbins brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.